Who's taking the stand?
Well,
Uh-oh.
it is I
Yes.
being sworn in, so I cannot lie. All right, I got to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. I get 5 questions. I'm shutting down the socials now, so I can't see any of the questions and just offer an answer off the top.
Yeah.
You are the only person in here right now.
I am.
So that means that all of the shots are coming from you.
Yes. So anybody that's texting in or needs any ideas or sentences or anything you want me to ask, please feel free.
Oh, yeah, because they get 3 from the room and 3 from the audience. I get 1 pass that I don't have to answer, so go for it.
Okay, so, yesterday was the Oscars. I don't know if you watched it or not.
I did not.
Okay. Have you ever imagined winning an Oscar, Emmy, Grammy, or Tony? Like maybe you're in the bathtub or in front of the mirror, you're holding up the award, and like if you could pick one of those, one to actually essentially win an Oscar, Emmy, Grammy, or a Tony, what would it be for and why?
First of all, I can't see myself dreaming of an award show in the bathtub. Like that is not how we would go start this whole thing. But I mean, the Grammys still mean something to me. It doesn't mean a lot to a lot of artists, and they argue about it and they talk about how it's senseless or whatever. I still grew up watching, Michael Jackson on the Grammys, watching, Lauryn Hill take home 8 awards, and the Grammy Awards, just the behind the scenes of it and everything else has always meant something to me. So whenever I get a chance to work with artists or help artists, I'm always hoping that help can translate to me getting credit.
Yeah.
Because when you get credit, then you get a voting, kind of like position on the Academy if you get enough credits in a year. So I've always, when I've helped artists, I'm like, I'm always willing to help for nothing because I'm looking for that credit action. And I've stopped doing that, but that was just a big thing. So the Grammys would always be like the top dog. I don't really care about the Oscars, Tony Awards. That's Broadway.
You're not going to get a Tony? Dancing and singing?
I'm not getting a Grammy.
Stage.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if I had something on my shelf to like mean something, it would be like, being involved in music, just because this music thing is, something we live in.
Yeah,
so,
if not your singing, I would definitely say producing.
It would not be singing. I'm saying it would be like a writer or something like a contributor or something like that, a remixer or something like that. Yeah, I would definitely want a Grammy.
So, okay, my next question, I'm going to ask you something that we get asked, if not every week, damn near every single day, okay? Can an artist pay you to get their song played on the radio station? I got asked this 2 days ago. So I think I don't know if you can answer this or you can't answer it. Maybe you'll plead the fifth or not, but I got to know.
All right. I mean, okay. The fact that everybody gets asked this question is like, it's more about movies and TV show. They see it done on that in gangster movies or whatever else, like people like The Mob and all that stuff. And so they think that's how you're supposed to move. It's the dumbest thing ever. I can answer it. But people don't pay attention to the answer. It's illegal. It's painfully illegal. It's a violation of the RICO Act. The best way to describe it, so I mean, because everybody got an artist cousin or a friend or whatever who's got like a song, and they're like, how much does it cost? And when they write you, how much does it cost for my record to get played on the radio? That's already the beginning of a literally offensive thing that you can go to prison for.
Correct.
Because when I say, $100, and they give me $100 and I play it, we have now basically violated the RICO Act, which is the same thing that, Young Thug is in trouble for, because it's just the coercion of backdoor business. And put it this way, if you have a kid that is on a little league team and you pay the coach to have your kid play, what is that going to do? It's going to get your kid in the game until somebody else comes behind him. Another parent's like, oh, you paid $100? Well, I'll give you $3. Well, if a coach is taking money to put a kid in the game, he's obviously going to take 3 over 1. So now your kid that was getting $100 playtime is now on the bench again, and you're like, what happened? Sorry, this person came in with $300. So now use that for music. If you pay anybody to get paid to get played on the radio, then that literally is going to have you on there hot for 1 week, because the next person's going to pop up and pay more, and you're going to be moved down the line.
Yeah,
so never trust a person who is trying to take money from you. I've never done it. I can never do it because I'm not going to risk my life for, whatever number you pick. I can't risk my salary for taking care of my kids and being able to take care of my family or whatever over $1,000, $100,000. I'm not doing that because that's a one-shot deal, and then you end up going to jail. There's a big book about it that I tell people who are artists called The Hitman by Frederick Dannon, and it explains the Joe Iskro trial, the Pink Floyd The Wall, which was a big, huge record that they kept off of the charts because they wouldn't pay to play. There are labels out there that'll pay you, and when UF Meredith has a record, there's a budget behind it. Like they will go out there and they will say, okay, Spotify, we want commercials. And hey, MTV, we want this. And hey, can we place it on TMZ with a story here? They place different things, and that's all part of your promo budget.
Yeah, marketing.
That's what they talk about when they're like, hey, the money behind records. Then they go out to radio and they're like, hey, we giving you T-shirts with Tyler's Water on the sleeve and stuff like that. That all comes from promo of records that you're playing to support those records. That's the money they talk about. When people hear money, they think, oh, they just dropped off a duffel bag. And it's like, nah, they can't afford it.
Maybe that happened like 100 years ago or something.
It happens today. There's stations out there that are dirty and that nobody gives them credit. Like if we say we playing a record and another station sees we playing a record, they're like, oh, that must be working because they not dirty.
Right.
But there are stations that I know in my head that if somebody says, oh, we got so-and-so city, or we got so-and-so there, I'm like, yeah, so does everybody else. They add like 30 records a week because they get paid for those, and they're dirty, and, that's just what it is. So, but yeah, no.
Okay.
No,
right.
You cannot. Not here.
So hopefully if anybody is an artist or knows an artist in their family, that is
if you get asked that question, point them to the website because this will be up there because this will live in perpetuity.
For as long as we can spell perpetuity.
Yeah.
Okay, last question for me. So, you're single, you outside. You've been outside for a while.
I'm outside. I'm outside.
Yeah, a little bit. And nothing has really stuck. And we've been talking.
Don't judge me.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's you, per se. But can you tell me 3 things that made a woman, a lady, not get a second date from you? 3 things. So ladies, if you're interested or not, you just want to know what a guy wants.
3 things that have made a lady not get a second date. I've had some first dates, and
you've had several first dates.
Wow, somebody's calling on the hotline. I've had some single dates where I haven't gone back.
Let's think about these.
You said 3?
3.
Okay. 1 was after eating dinner. We ate at Eddie V's.
Ooh.
Had a great dinner. Had great wine. The person got in my car, and I was like, afterwards, I'm thinking like, all right, this was cool. Threw up all over the inside of my car.
Oh, damn.
Like all over the inside of my car.
Oh, no.
And I was like, damn, it was a good night. And I'm like, yo, if you can't go to something like that
right,
and be able to hold yourself together, then I can't take you anywhere.
At least hide it. You got to go to the bathroom.
This was in my front seat all over. I was cleaning vomit all night.
Oh my gosh. That's so embarrassing.
And I was like, she slept on the couch. It was just like, it was with a bucket next to her. It was crazy.
Did she hit you up after?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I was like, nah. And I was like, we're good. What else?
2 more.
Okay. I'm trying to think who didn't get a second one. Okay. This is petty. But it was something I was invited over, a Netflix and chill kind of thing, and we were watching a movie. And the person, they watched the movie with the remote control in their hand, and fast forward through the slow parts.
What?
It was the beginning, how they setting up the movie with the credits. They were scrolling through to the beginning of the movie where there wasn't no credits, and I'm like, we done missed 10 of the movie, and then it was a certain character in the movie that they didn't like. And who was doing stupid stuff. And so I remember, and specifically in this movie, they were like, oh, this one, I'm just over her, and started scrolling. And I'm like,
what?
Yo, like we're watching the movie. It was just very annoying,
Yeah.
and so I was like, yeah, that can't
Damn,
live.
not a second date because of that.
Yeah, I mean, and that wasn't like heavy, but it was just like really petty. Where I was just like, yo, this person
but that's
just
annoying.
has like no whatever. And and the other one was when I went on a date with somebody and. You know, if somebody's like, okay, so apparently they had, I learned the long way that they had something that was going on that might not have been done. Because when people go out with me, people see it. Mm-hmm. And somebody saw her out with me and hit their supposedly ex or maybe not ex all the way or whoever, but they basically hit to him and said, hey, your girl out here with O.
Yeah.
And so he messaged her and then they got into this back and forth and she gets on the phone and I'm like, I'm sitting in front of you watching you argue with a man about being out with me. I'm like, I don't need
and
this.
And you couldn't do this after we're done?
Why did you answer the phone? That's why I'm looking at her like, I didn't say it, but I was looking at her like, why would you answer the phone?
Yeah.
Like what is so important to answer the phone where it's just like she had to leave the table and then he kept calling and so she answered at the table. She's like, why do you keep calling me? And I'm like, let me let you go.
Maybe she's trying to make you jealous.
Nah, it was legitimately like her guy. Somebody hit her up.
Yeah.
Who hit him up? Who was at the restaurant? Whatever.
Damn,
so
at least you found out.
Yeah, that went down. All right. So anyway,
crazy.
now we got 3 coming from y'all. All right. On the other side, get at it. It's Wild 94.1 Part 2 of Plead the Fifth. Plead the Fifth Part 2. Oh, 888-429-0941. You have these 3 people on cue.
Yes, I have 3 calls for you.
Let's see here. John in St. Pete. Hey, what's up, John?
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm good. You got to plead the 5th question for me. Meredith is looking real guilty over here. Well, what's the question?
Yeah, you my dog. I deal with you, but I got to set you up. So you mentioned something this morning about you came into a certain star that's some big T on. What's that superstar name that the dude told you about?
Now, I mean, that's messed up because I don't want to tap out, but I mean,
I think
damn.
you might
I mean,
that is what the name of the segment is. Please.
Oh yeah. I'm damn.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to. Because I would get sued. I would have to plead the 5th on that one. Damn,
Yeah.
man. But everybody knows who it is. Yeah, Tampa Bay, y'all welcome. That's so terrible. All right, yeah.
I plead the 5th.
Damn.
1, 2,
John
3,
got me
4,
set up. All right, man. I appreciate
Good
it,
job,
John.
John.
All right, damn. All right, okay.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. Number 2.
Yes.
It says Abraham in Lakeland. Hey, Abraham.
Yes, sir.
What you got for me as a question?
I want to find out, it's a 2-part question. I want to find out how you ever thought of leaving Tampa and how you ever thought of, like going to another radio station.
Okay. Is that the first part, or is that both parts, or is that second part?
The first one was like, are you ever thought of leaving Tampa?
Yeah.
And
okay. So, and if I ever thought about another station, I have thought of leaving Tampa a couple times. There was one of my bosses that left, and when he left, I was really considering it. And I didn't, and then I ended up having children, and that kind of puts you, kind of tied down to the market. So my kids got another 2 years in high school, and then, that won't be apropos. But I just love it here in Tampa. The stations that I was looking at, I mean, there was a time I was interviewing at a New York station called Hot 97, and for the morning show there, and for the program director position. So it was kind of a
dual.
It was a dual role, just kind of like I have here. The person who I actually went to the interview and said, "Hey, you really should give it to this person," and they ended up giving it to that person. So, and the other place was Power 106 in L.A.
That's
a
awesome.
person who I really respect was trying to get me to work out there for quite a while, and I was thinking Cali is just too crazy, so I couldn't do that. So yeah, Abraham, I'm staying here, man, as long as they'll have me. All right.
yes, sir. All right, love y'all.
Hey,
Take care.
appreciate you, fam. All right,
Appreciate
let's
it.
see here. I got one more, and it's Jay out of Lakeland. Hey, Jay.
What's up? Oh, it's time to go, baby.
Time to go.
It's time to go. Oh,
Time to go. Okay, what you got for me?
all right. So this all about the truth, right?
It's all okay. If we starting off like that, I'm nervous.
It's easy to lie. So you say you're gonna tell 100.
No, it's got you got to keep it a buck. I mean, as much as I can say, but I don't have a pass.
Okay, and I'll keep it PG. All right.
Okay.
So now, have you ever been imaginary with one of the owners? And in your imagination, did you get to eat the groceries?
I did not hear
Give
that
it
part
up,
of the
baby.
question.
Hold on, wait. I want to make sure I understand the question here. One of the owners of
Oh,
what?
you understand the question.
What you said of the owners? Owners of what? Owners of the station?
Beasley, baby.
Have I ever imagined hooking up with one of the owners of Beasley?
It's a family-owned company. There are many Beasleys.
Oh, no. No.
Wow,
Wait.
Orlando.
Wait. I mean, I'm trying to make sure I understand because there's not a bunch of owners. There's just
Right.
the Beasley family.
Okay, let me put it this way. Of the owners you met,
Uh-huh.
have you been imaginary? And in that imagination, did you get to get the groceries or did you get to eat the groceries?
Have I imagined?
No.
Okay, so
There's some
there
good
are
looking
there.
Beasleys.
Listen, the Beasley family owns. Damn, I don't want to answer this because this is janky. There's no way this sounds good. Like, okay,
Oh, it's simple.
no, it ain't
You want to
simple.
say it
I work
again?
here. Like their name is on my check. Like, and one of the
So you know what
Beasleys
you do?
runs our
you
web
know what you
department.
do?
Right.
Don't
This-
have so much pride that you can't do it.
Okay.
Plead the fifth, baby.
I
You
can't
already
plead the
did.
fifth. I used it already. All right, so here's the deal, Jay.
Oh,
All right, Jay. So here's the deal. The Beasley family owns the stations. And they're
you
female.
trying to do an umbrella thing? Oh, but
No.
you know you
What
had
I'm
them
saying is
imagination.
they're male and female members of the family that
I
are
ain't
like the
talking about
controller
no
party.
females. I mean, I ain't talking about no males.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
right, Jay.
Oh.
But Jay, let me answer the question. All right, so there are guys and ladies who own the company. Out of the ladies, I would tell you there are like some
Yes.
that are really fine.
Very fine.
Okay, so there's one Georgia Beasley.
There you go.
Georgia Beasley probably is the finest out of all of them.
Go ahead, Google
Like,
it, everybody.
Bruh, like she fire.
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm human.
Uh-huh.
And then, but there's other ones who are like, yeah. Yeah.
Was it like the song though?
What song?
Just my imagination.
Man, go away, Jay. I answered your question. All right, that's it. I'm not
I
mentioning
even just
ours.
Googled her again, and yeah, she's
No,
gorgeous.
she's fine. She's
fine.
really sweet though. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to but there
Be
are Beasleys out there that
To get it.
Yeah. I mean, we got a CEO that be walking around with jeweled up and them thigh highs, whatever. And, you never know. You know what I'm saying?
You could
I'm
become Orlando Beasley.
not gonna go there at all. But yeah. So let's see. Damn, all of these were really painfully specific.
They really were.
I don't know what I can give you back as a boomerang.
Oh, well, one was winning an award.
Yeah, I don't want to know about you in a bathtub
Oh, I
imagining
could,
an
yeah,
award.
definitely. I would be winning a Grammy all day for my
Whatever.
beautiful singing
Meredith,
voice.
shut your mouth. Don't nobody want to hear you sing on the Grammys. I'm trying to think. What else was I asked?
What are your no's on like a first date? I didn't go back with the guy after he took me to a bowling alley, so that would probably be mine.
Okay, yeah. So what kept you from getting a second date? A bowling alley?
Yeah, it would be like a weak ass first date because you gotta bring something to the table. I don't know. I don't like bowling, so it's not against the bowling alleys or anything like that. But like I don't like to bowl. Maybe I'll do like a game, but after that I'm like just totally checked out. So it was just kind of like this is what there's other offers out there, and this is what you're doing with me.
I was told by somebody that having coffee with somebody is considered a cheap date. Mm-hmm. But it's really perfect for
Just to meet up.
to meet up, to get to know each other first.
Right.
To have all of that real talking and connection out of the way. And
Yes.
then you go from the coffee to
Yes.
the pier or a museum or do something where it's well thought out.
That I like.
And then go to the meal.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like a
build
good
up.
layered up type thing.
Yeah, this
But
guy
yeah.
and I had been talking. He had been to a bunch of happy hours that I was hosting and all that stuff. So we had been talking for a little bit, and then he finally asked me out, and then he invited me to the bowling alley. And I
Yeah,
was
he
just
can't come back.
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah, it's a wrap.
Yes.
All right, well, Yeah.
You did good today.
I did not. I kept from getting sued, but now I'm going to get fired because I mentioned the Beasley in the bad way. So, damn, that's terrible. All right, well, we have knocked it out now. Plead the Fifth is a wrap. We coming back.